Hello, Hornets. Welcome, and thank you for joining me today. Today I'm going to be going over nested form and how it relates to synthetic division. Nested form is where synthetic division actually comes from, and it's an act of factoring out common factors. So I have a problem in front of us right now. G of x equals negative 5x to the fifth minus 4x squared plus 7x minus 8. And we are going to use nested form in order to find it. In order to use nested form, just like with synthetic division, since they are similar to each other, in fact, the same ultimate process, we have to put in our place keepers. So I have a 0x to the fourth, I have a 0x cubed, and then I can finish with my minus 4x squared plus 7x minus 8. Now, to do nested form, we are slowly going to factor out common factors. So of the first group of factors, minus 5x to the fifth and 0x to the fourth, I can factor out an x to the fourth. I'm going to make sure I write everything else down. I'm now going to look between x to the fourth and x to the third. You'll notice I can factor out an x cubed. So I'm looking at minus 5x plus 0, x plus 0, and now x cubed. I'm now looking at these two. I can factor out an x squared. It's going to give me x minus 4. Everything is still remaining the same. And each time I go to the next level, I put another place keeper. You'll notice I have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We're now going to do it again. Between x squared and x, there is a factor of x, leaving me with x plus 7, x minus 8 outside, and once again, just making sure I rewrite everything accordingly. We should have now 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what is referred to as nested form. Now, be aware, some teachers will ask you to factor the x in front, in which case you would have an x, an x, an x, followed by the x, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. You'd have minus 5, x plus 0, plus 0, minus 4, plus 7, minus 8. So this is another way of writing nested form. I personally like having the x's in back where I can see them and slowly work on them backward. So how does this work with synthetic division? Well, let's just think. What if I were to have 2 as the root that I wanted to test? If I were to plug in 2 here, I would get negative 2 times negative 5 gives me a positive 10. Times the negative 2 gives me a negative 20. Times the negative 2 gives me a positive 40. Minus 4 makes a positive 36. Times the negative 2 gives me negative 72. Plus 7 makes a negative 65. And then I end up multiplying by 6 for negative 2, for negative 130. Minus 8 gives me negative 138. Here, let's take a look and see what the synthetic division would have. You're probably going to see the nested form. Once again, we're just writing all of these down. Sorry about that interruption. And here we go. We bring down the negative 5. We multiply by the negative 2, and it gives us a positive 10, and we add. Notice that's right here. Negative 2 times negative 5 is 10, plus 0 makes 10. We multiply by the negative 2, and we get negative 20, and we add the 0, giving me negative 20. Multiplying gives me a positive 40, adding gives me 36. Multiplying gives me negative 72, adding gives me negative 65. Multiplying gives me negative 130, plus the negative 8 for negative 138. Negative 2 times the negative 5 is 10, plus the 0 makes 10, times the negative 2 makes negative 20, plus the 0 makes negative 20, times the negative 2 makes positive 40, minus 4 makes 36, times negative 2 makes negative 72, plus 7 makes negative 65, times negative 2 is going to make, that should be a positive 130, and I should end up with 122. 122. And it is a positive. Once again, nested form and synthetic division are the same algorithm, looking at it in two distinctly different ways. Nested form will only generate the remainder. Synthetic division shows the polynomial that we're working with. That would be the outcome of each of these steps multiplied by the various x's. That's nested form. Let's try another one, shall we? This time, let's work with the polynomial h of x is equal to 7x to the fourth minus 3x squared plus 5x minus 2. You'll notice that I need to put a placekeeper in. This is a 0x to the third minus 3x squared plus 5x minus 2. We're now going to do the nested form. Between 7x to the fourth and 0x cubed, there is an x cubed. Minus 3x squared plus 5x minus 2. Between the x cubed and the x squared, there is an x squared in common, leaving me with minus 3 and an x. 0, 7x goes in front, and I still have the plus 5x minus 2. I now go to these two. I factor out the x, leaving me with 5x, negative 3x, 7x plus 0. I now have my nested form. 7x plus 0 times x minus 3 times x plus 5 times x minus 2. If I wish, I can write it as x times 7x plus 0 minus 3x plus 5x minus 2. And I now have my nested form for this one. Once again, let's just make sure we have it all set up, and yes, we do. Let's look at the synthetic division now. Let's check negative 1 as a factor. We have the coefficients 7, 0, minus 3, 5, minus 2. Bringing down the 7, multiplying gives me negative 7, adding gives me negative 7, multiplying gives me 7, then 4, then negative 4, then 1, then negative 1 minus 3. Here we go. Let's just check. 7 times the negative 1 is negative 7 plus 0 is negative 7 times the negative 1 makes positive 7 plus the negative 3 makes 4 times the negative 1 makes negative 4 plus 5 makes 1 times negative 1 makes negative 1 plus the negative 2 makes negative 3. Check. That is nested form for a polynomial and how it relates to synthetic division. I hope this has helped. If you liked this video, please click like, and I hope you subscribe. If you have suggestions, please feel free to give them to me in comments. Thank you very much. Please be safe and take care, and we'll see you all soon. Bye-bye, Hornets.